Hey there, this is Stan Arthur with another super quick Adobe Premiere Pro CS5 5.5 tutorial. This one comes from a request that was on the Adobe forums from Intercostal, having to do with using a bunch of different still pictures that are all of different resolutions, sizes, etc., and putting them all in one Premiere Pro project. Well, couple of things. First things first, let me say that I have no idea if I can do this in a 5-minute tutorial, but I'm going to try, and if I can't, well, we'll make it a two-parter. First things first, I've created a project. This one happens to be 1080p 30 frames per second. That's the sequence that I created, and in this case you do want to create a sequence first that is going to be the output, the resolution, the quality of the project that you desire. Now, before you import any photos, first things first, go to Edit, Preferences, and let's make sure that a few settings are the way we need them for this kind of project. My default video transition time is 15 frames, or half a second for a 30 frame per second project. My audio transition time is also half a second, it's 0.50 seconds. Now this is very important. The still image default duration in frames, of course, again, we're talking about 30 frames per second, so I've chosen 150 or 5 seconds. So when I import my pictures now, they're going to, by default, when I drop them in a timeline, they're going to be 5 seconds long. And that's just what I've desired to do. So there you go. Okay, we're going to click that. Now we're going to import some photos. All right, stand by. Alright, now I've imported a bunch of JPEG photos that I recently shot on a Canon 7D. Now, with all the files selected, I can drag them right down to the timeline and stick them in there. Now, hitting the backslash key, I can extend the timeline out to a manageable thing. If I hit the plus key, it's going to zoom in on it quite a bit. Alright, but we can see that these are not fitting in the frame, so I'm going to select all of them by pressing the A key to get my Select All tool, and press them all, and then I'm going to right click and choose Scale to Frame Size. And now, as you can see, they all fit very nicely in the frame. We do have black bars on the sides, or especially for portrait, or as opposed to landscape, but we still have black bars. But what I can do now is I can go in and individually manipulate or move them around in a different order or do whatever I want. Now, there have been times when very photo intensive projects have caused Premiere Pro to act sluggishly or act in an uncommon manner, simply because we're asking it to use very large files and a lot of them. So in that case, I would normally go in and batch process these photos before I even attempted to do this project, and here's how we do that. Now, over here in Photoshop, we're going to go File, Scripts, Image Processor. Now, the image processor is going to ask us to select all the photos in one folder and also select a folder to output them to. So I do something that's just my particular little quirk that I do that I found to be a good workflow. Let me show you what that is. Now, here's the directory where all the photos are that I want to resize, but you see in this folder there's also a lot of other files, mainly H.264 files with a QuickTime wrapper from my Canon 7D. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new folder, and for the hell of it, I'm just going to call it Pre, and then I'm going to create another folder and call it Post. So basically, I'm going to take the files that I know, the photos that I know I want to resize, shift click there, and I'll move them all into the Pre folder, and then I'm going to go back to Photoshop. Now, in order to keep organized, you may want to call these folders something else that will be more specific to your project. But for this case, I'm just using Pre and Post. Now, back here in Photoshop, we're going to go File, Scripts, Image Processor. Now, with the image processor up, now we can select the folder where the pictures are and the folder where we want them to go. So this would be Pre and this would be Post. Now, I see I'm running out of time for this tutorial, so we'll come back with a part 2 in just a second. Thanks for watching.